Hello, everyone. Today I'm talking about the scary anxiety symptom of a racing heartbeat, heart palpitations, skip beats, an exaggerated heartbeat. Again, as there often is with anxiety symptoms, there's lots of variations on a theme, but obviously really scary or unpleasant to experience. So this video is all about providing you with understanding of what exactly is going on. Now, the disclaimer up front is, of course, I'm not a doctor. If you've just experienced anxiety or these palpitations or raising heartbeat for the first time, I just always encourage everyone just to get a general checkup from your doctor or general practitioner, as we call them here in Australia, just so that you're getting everything checked out. And that can bring you peace of mind that you've already been to the doctor, and that can allow you then to practice with the unpleasant anxiety symptoms as they come along. So we know from a lot of the research that a huge amount of people going in to the emergency room or department at a hospital with worries about thinking they're having a heart attack are simply experiencing a panic or anxiety attack. Now, I say simply, of course, it's really unpleasant and disturbing and distressing at the same time. But the good news is that for most people, the anxiety symptoms, whilst unpleasant, are normal part of the anxiety response and are actually harmless. They're not dangerous to you at all. But of course, obviously, always just get the general checkup so you can give yourself peace of mind. So what's going on, as I talk about again in other videos, is that the activate or overactive flight or fight response is or the stress response is activating in everyday situations. So let's take the example of you're lying in bed, you wake up, a thought comes into the mind, a worrying thought about some trigger that you might have about going to work, about family, about health, about some other stressful situation. And instantly, because your nervous system is tired and fatigued, the nervous system controls the flight or fight response. It's looking out for danger, it's looking out for physical threats. In that moment, it activates the flight or fight response as though there is some physical threat you have to physically escape. So it's like a bear's coming at you, and it sends this huge surge of energy, adrenaline into the body, including getting your heart activated so you have enough oxygen in the muscles, enough adrenaline energy so you can run from the danger, you can turn and fight, or you can keep completely still and hide. So if we experience that same mechanism when we are facing a physical threat, we don't think anything of it because we're scared, we're fearful, and we have to get away. The problem is when we're lying in bed at 3 a.m. in the morning, sitting on the couch, sitting at our desk at work, and the same mechanism kicks in, and our heart starts to furiously rate. It skips a beat. There's a palpitation. The rhythm seems out of whack. We can feel it really strong. It feels like it's going to beat out of our chest. But then what happens is it feels really abnormal because on some level we know that, hang on, there is no physical threat. So why on earth is my body doing this to me? So that's why we feel like we're having a heart attack. We've got a heart problem. There's something serious going on because it's not proportionate to the experience we're having at the moment. Um, but of course, it is proportionate if we have a deeper understanding of what's going on with anxiety. For the stress, the cumulative stress that we've experienced over the weeks, months, and years that have led us to getting into this state, our tired and fatigued nervous system has learnt that it needs to be switched on for danger. It needs to respond to everyday situations as though there's a physical threat for our safety. And so that's why it's normal for us to get these palpitations, these skip beats, these exaggerated heartbeats, for the heart to race, even when there's no physical threat. So what we have to do is number one, understand it. So remind ourselves that this is normal in the circumstances. My nervous system's just doing what it thinks it needs to do, but we can then start to retrain it with our greater knowledge. So as soon as it happens, we can just start to accept, oh, gee, the heart's starting to race. That's okay. Race away, do what you need to do, heart. Beat as hard as you need to. Remember, the heart is a very strong muscle organ in the body. When we go for a run, we do some vigorous exercise, The heart works to get the oxygen around to the rest of your body so you can activate all the muscles in order to do the activity that you need to do. It's a very strong, reliable muscle, so we don't have to worry about it. Often we feel like it's fragile. It's very strong. It's designed to race. It's designed to go fast when we're doing exercise. Again, when we are doing exercise or we're running, we're playing a game of tennis, playing football, whatever it is, we don't think anything of it because it's contextual to the situation we're in. So the heart is designed to race. It's okay. It's just getting exercise. So think of it that way, even though it feels unpleasant when you're in bed and it's doing it. The more we can let it happen, breathe, go loosen the body, drop the shoulders, let our body sink into the couch, the chair, go for a slow walk, use up some of the adrenaline without trying to escape it. Once the adrenaline eventually dissipates, which it always will, once the stress hormone cortisol dissipates, which it always will, the heart will go back to its normal rhythm. So the more we can turn towards it, understand it, even though it feels hard, and let the heart do what it needs to do without trying to stop it, it will return to its rhythm in its own time. The more we can do that over time, you'll start to get less incidences of it happening. It'll be less severe, and your default reaction will be not to tense up and panic, which just keeps it going for longer, but over time starts to slow it all down and you start to then relax into these unpleasant symptoms. I hope that helps with your understanding. I hope it gives you something to do when you next experience it. Again, all completely normal. I hope that helps and look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.